So look, I know the title says we have the documents that Alyssa's legal team are throwing at people, and we do. I did not lie at all. But we're gonna do a little bit of a refresher on this video before we talk about that, because I think it's very very important that we remind everybody of the things Alyssa has done, like continuously going on YouTube channels and talking about fighting people and exposing people, i.e., doxing people, how she goes around and stalks people's family members that disagree with her and harasses their wives and families and children's, and then wants to go and complain because people are like, we know all about you. We know about your failed e-thought career where you tried to be an adult star and you failed at that, and DEI'd your way into Kotaku to be one of their editors, and how those companies are going out of business. But I guess those are rules for us and not for her because she's too high of a political figure to go after. But that's not the case. She's running scared. So just a little bit of a touching base with the things that she has done. She has publicly announced on multiple YouTube channels where she does interviews because she likes to be out in public, almost like she's a public figure at this point. Go out and threaten to fight people and then backtrack it when when anybody says I accept your challenge. Well, no. We can't stream we can't stream it on your guys' channel because you guys would make money. It has to be, you have to pay me to do this. We're like, no, you made the challenge. We accepted. You don't get to alter the terms to try and benefit you. That's not how that works. And here with Vera Dark, where we can actually hear her say she wants to fight people and that nobody has accepted her offer. The only problem is everybody has multiple times and she just runs and hides. Or we can go to the part where she herself has threatened to harass people's wives because they covered her mental delusions on the internet. Or the one where she says, DM your wife after you've been harassing me for weeks is not remotely comparable to this. Only the harassment she's talking about is that she got covered in a video by another YouTuber. It's not harassment to talk about people on your YouTube channel. Harassment is specifically going after the person, not just generically covering them. That's just called a documentary. That's almost like if someone were to talk about Taylor Swift. Let's piss off the Swifties here. If someone were to just talk about Taylor Swift's history and what she's doing on the internet and cover things she said publicly on the internet, and then Taylor Swift were to go around and be like, this is harassment, you need to stop. It's not how that works at all. But again, she puts herself out in the public in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Now, granted, millions of people have seen her face because, well, we all like to make fun of this absolute moron. But after all that, she finds a legal team, and I'm assuming she has absolutely lied to the legal team, and they don't have all the information about how much she's harassed people, and maybe don't understand the meaning of harassment, because the legal team has decided to come up with this very scary legal letter that says absolutely nothing about harassment, but rather you should stop talking about her at all. Look, I know it's on the Kiwi Farms. I know this legal letter went to the Kiwi Farms, and some people might not like the Kiwi Farms, but the Kiwi Farms is just a gossip website. It's just a gossip website with a touch of autism. There's nothing particularly horrible going on there. Absolutely nothing. You know why I can say that nothing horrible is going on with the Kiwi Farms? Because the Kiwi Farms has never actually done anything to anybody. They document to an autistic level everything that someone has done that they deem to be worthy of covering. But it's nothing special. It's just another gossip site. But here's the letter where they threaten. Let's do this. But here's the legal letter. We are writing to you concerning your client, Joshua Moon, and his website, Kiwi Farms. There is currently a thread on Kiwi Farms in the non-public prospering grounds section of the forum, hosting a full docs of our client, Alyssa Mercante, who is and has put herself in the spotlight to be a public figure because she's a woman and she's a failed ethot who wants the attention of everybody on the planet. And now that she's got it, she doesn't like it and wants to get rid of people. As you may otherwise not be aware, Alyssa has hired us to pursue remedies both in and out of court against people who are serially stalking and harassing her online. Joshua Moon and the Kiwi Farms are not among those people we are pursuing. Well, full stop. It doesn't matter. Fuck off. Like, quite literally, fuck off. Well, we're writing you to say that other people might be harassing or stalking our client here. Cool, fuck off. That's nothing to do with me at that point. Or that's nothing to do with the farms at that point. But we came across this thread in our research. But for the fact that it hosts a docs, the thread would be otherwise innocuous, annoying, and upsetting in tone. But well within the bounds of the law. However, by hosting the docs, Kiwi Farms provides an avenue for bad actors to get within the shield of Alyssa's privacy and turn being mean into genuine threats to her privacy and person that we cannot permit. I can pay a private investigator to go and get more information than the Kiwi Farms has, and they will do it legally. There is no law against that. You can pay a PI to get a lot of information, and a lot of it, well, all of it's supposed to be legal, which means it's in the public. Nothing is private about your address. Everybody knows your address. The state knows your address. The DMV knows your address. The fire department knows your address. The cell phone companies know your address. The utility companies know your address. Everybody has your address. Your address isn't private. The only difference between you and literally anybody else on the planet is you have decided to enter the public sphere, making more people want to know about you. You have done this to yourself. The only right to privacy you have is within your own home. And if anybody had gone to your house, you would have been all over Twitter talking about it with videos of it, saying how scared you were, but you didn't do any of that. So none of that actually happened. Oh, what, they sent emails to your work where you post it publicly. They didn't have to do anything for it. It's not some hidden thing. It's actually just posted, and people talked about how they don't like you. Oh, big fucking deal. The threat in question violates the laws of various states and jurisdictions. It constitutes a violation of Florida statute, West Virginia and Wyoming statutes, and USC 2261A for starters. Look, I took a look at all these. You know what none of these say? Is that posting anybody's information is illegal. It's all about harassment and bullying. It literally has nothing to do with what they're trying to threaten Joshua Moon with, what they're trying to threaten the Kiwi Farms with. And they've said itself, it doesn't do any of that. And then they go on to say the courts have recognized this kind of malicious doxing as giving rise to liability as well. Again, her information's all over the internet. Her information is publicly available if you know where to ask for it. This isn't some hidden document. They could get it from anywhere. It just happens to be one of the places they decided to go look for it. So they go on further. The threat in question in Kiwi Farms hardware continues to host Miss Mercante's videos, which is an infringement upon her intellectual property rights. Kiwi Farms has no DMCA safe harbor. Furthermore, Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act offers no respite to Joshua Moon, promoting any thread out of Kiwi Farms proper, blah, blah, blah. They give all the links. All the links. But none of this is going to hold up. One, look, I like the farms, and I don't like the farms at the same time. I think it's a gossip site, not entirely my thing. If there's someone on there I want to see what's going on with, I will absolutely go there over any other source because, like I said, they are a gossip site with a touch of autism, which means I get more information than I could have ever needed to know on something that's going on with somebody who is on the internet if they have decided to cover them. So yes, I do like the Kiwi Farms. Please don't make fun of me. I'm just kidding. You can make fun of me. I don't give a shit. It's your website. I'm not going to look anyway. But this entire letter to the Joshua Moon of the Kiwi Farms is a nothing burger. It doesn't say anything that would change anything about what the Kiwi Farms does. People have tried this before, and it has failed every time. And I don't think Alyssa Mercante is going to be the one to change anything. But I presume that just because the Kiwi Farms post this, it's not the only one that's gotten it. I'm sure everybody who's ever mentioned her and caught her attention is getting a video about her, is getting one of these letters from a legal team trying to scare them into deleting their stuff. And look, don't do it. Just don't. Consult a lawyer, ask if you've done anything wrong, and go from there. But yeah, this thing is probably worth as much as a sheet of toilet paper. Not a whole lot. But I'm sure Alyssa paid a lot of money for it. But that's all for this one, guys. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. Until the next one, guys, be easy like sleazy.